But what if I told you that 50% of small businesses fail within their first year, and 75% of those that survive fail within the next 5 years? It's a sobering reality. But what if there was a way to not only beat these odds, but to create a business that thrives, runs smoothly, and gives you the time and money to truly enjoy life? That's the question that led me to Michael E. Gerber's game-changing book, The E-Myth, Revisited: Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It. If you're thinking about starting a business, or if you're already in the trenches and feeling overwhelmed, this video is for you. Let's start with a story. Picture yourself working for someone else. You're a top performer, the go-to person in your company, but you're frustrated. You feel underappreciated, underpaid, and worst of all, you think your boss is an idiot. One day, after another frustrating encounter with your boss, a thought crosses your mind. Why am I working for this guy? I could run this business better than he ever could. That's when it hits you. Why don't I start my own business and be my own boss? It's an exciting thought, isn't it? The idea of being in control, calling the shots, and building something of your own. But here's the kicker. You're about to make a fatal assumption. Most people start a business because they're good at the technical work involved, whether it's cutting hair, baking, or fixing cars. But they fail to realize that there's a world of difference between doing the technical work and running a business that does that technical work. The reality is, just because you're a skilled hairdresser, baker, or mechanic doesn't mean you know how to build and manage a successful hair salon, bakery, or auto shop. And that's where the trouble begins. When you start a business, you're not just one person. You're actually 3 people in one: the entrepreneur, the manager, and the technician. Let me break it down for you. First, there's the entrepreneur. This is the part of you that dreams big, the visionary who's always looking ahead, imagining new possibilities and opportunities. The entrepreneur is the dreamer, the one who lives in the future and is always thinking about what could be. But here's the thing. The entrepreneur is also impatient, often frustrated with the present, and can be a bit of a bulldozer, pushing everyone and everything aside to make their vision a reality. Next, there's the manager. The manager is the organizer, the one who loves structure, order, and efficiency. The manager is the one who looks at the entrepreneur's big ideas and thinks, how are we going to make this work? The manager is the one who creates the systems and processes that keep the business running smoothly. But the manager can also be a bit of a control freak, resistant to change, and sometimes stifles the entrepreneur's creativity. Finally, there's the technician. The technician is the doer, the one who loves getting things done. The technician lives in the present and takes pride in their work. They're the ones who are hands-on, whether it's baking the cakes, fixing the cars, or cutting the hair. But the technician can also get so caught up in the day-to-day work that they lose sight of the bigger picture. The challenge is that these 3 roles, entrepreneur, manager, and technician, are often at odds with each other. The entrepreneur wants to push forward, the manager wants to keep things organized, and the technician just wants to get the work done. If you don't find a way to balance these 3 roles, your business is headed for trouble. Now let's talk about the life cycle of a business, which typically goes through 3 phases: infancy, adolescence, and maturity. Understanding these phases is crucial because each one comes with its own set of challenges and opportunities. Infancy. This is the technician's phase. When you first start your business, you're doing everything yourself. You're the one baking the cakes, cutting the hair, fixing the cars. You're wearing all the hats. It's an exciting time, but it's also exhausting. You're working long hours, often 7 days a week, and it feels like there's never enough time in the day. You're juggling 100 different tasks, managing the finances, handling customer service, marketing your business, and it's overwhelming. This is the phase where many businesses fail because the owner gets burned out and can't keep up with the demands of the business. Adolescence. This is the manager's phase. As your business grows, you realize that you can't do everything yourself, so you start hiring people to help. This is a critical stage because it's where you start to let go of some control and delegate tasks to others. But if you're not careful, this is also where things can start to go wrong. If you don't have the right systems in place, or if you hire the wrong people, your business can quickly descend into chaos. You might find yourself spending more time managing problems than growing your business. Many business owners at this stage make the mistake of either trying to do everything themselves or handing off too much responsibility without the proper oversight. The result? Frustration, burnout, and often failure. Maturity. If you make it through adolescence, you reach the maturity phase. This is where your business runs like a well-oiled machine. You've got systems in place, a strong team to support you, and the business can run without you being there every minute of the day. But here's the thing. Maturity isn't the result of getting through infancy and adolescence. It's about starting with the end in mind. Maturity begins when you start thinking about your business as a system that can be replicated, refined, and perfected from day one. So how do you create a mature business from the start? The answer lies in the franchise prototype model. Think about McDonald's not just as a fast food chain, but as a business model. McDonald's didn't become a global powerhouse by chance. They perfected every aspect of their business, from how the burgers are cooked to how the fries are salted, and then created a system that could be replicated anywhere in the world. Whether you're in New York or Tokyo, you can walk into a McDonald's and have the same experience. That's the power of a franchise prototype. But here's the key. You don't have to start a fast food chain to use this model. The principles behind the franchise prototype model can be applied to any business. The goal is to create a business that runs like a well-oiled machine, where every part of the business is systematized and documented so that anyone can step in and do the job. This doesn't mean you're creating a cookie-cutter business. It means you're creating a business that can consistently deliver the same high-quality experience to every customer, every time. Now let's dive into the business development process, which consists of 3 key steps: innovation, quantification, and orchestration. Innovation. This is where you ask, how can I do this better? It's about constantly looking for ways to improve your business operations, not just the product or service you offer. For example, let's say you own a retail store. You might experiment with different ways to greet customers. May I help you? Versus have you been here before? To see which approach leads to more sales. Innovation is about trying new things, but it's also about being willing to let go of what doesn't work. Quantification. Innovation without measurement is just guesswork. Quantification is about tracking the data to see what's really working in your business. Going back to our retail store example, you might track how many sales each greeting generates. If you find that one approach consistently leads to more sales, that's the one you keep. Quantification allows you to make data-driven decisions rather than relying on gut feelings or assumptions. Orchestration. Once you've identified what works, it's time to standardize it. Orchestration is about creating systems and processes that ensure every part of your business runs smoothly and consistently. This is where you document everything, from how products are made to how customers are greeted, so that anyone can step in and do the job exactly the way you want it done. The goal is to create a business that can run without you, where every part of the operation is predictable and repeatable. Hopefully you were able to learn something new. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.